Hawthorne's young Goodman Brown remains one of the most incisive explorations of human nature in American literature. At its core, the story examines the duality of good and evil, challenging the notion that morality is clear-cut. More importantly, Hawthorne delves into how our perceptions, whether shaped by a dream or harsh reality, can dramatically influence our lives. Today, as we navigate a world rife with conflicting information and moral ambiguity, this message feels particularly poignant. Young Goodman Brown is a short story by American author Nathaniel Hawthorne, first published in 1835. It follows Goodman Brown, a pietous Puritan man who leaves his wife, Faith, to venture into the deep forest for a rendezvous with the devil. There, he witnesses a sinister gathering where many respected townspeople, including his wife, appear to be in league with evil. Whether the experience is real or a dream, it shatters Brown's faith in humanity, leaving him a bitter, distrustful man. The story explores themes of sin, hypocrisy, and the loss of innocence. Hawthorne, a descendant of Puritan settlers, was deeply influenced by New England's history, particularly the Salem witch trials, in which his ancestors played a role. His works often critique Puritanism and explore moral complexity, reflecting the 19th century Romantic movement's interest in dark psychology and symbolism. The journey of Goodman Brown into the deep, black forest could be seen as a metaphor for the exploration of the darker recesses of human nature. In his quest, he leaves behind the comforting certainties of his everyday life and embarks on an expedition where every shadow seems to conceal sin. As Brown ventures deeper, he encounters figures who, though known to him as respectable and virtuous, reveal themselves as secretly lifelong participants in diabolical rituals. This unsettling discovery, that evil has touched everything that he has ever known, forces him to question the nature of goodness, and indeed, whether it exists at all. At the heart of the story is the idea that every individual, no matter how pious or dewy, harbors corrupt impulses. For Goodman Brown, the realization that even his wife, Faith, whose very name evokes purity, might not be immune to the corruptions of sin, shatters his naive belief in an unambiguously moral community. This internal conflict mirrors a broader, timeless truth. The potential for evil exists in every human heart. In today's society, where persons held in high public esteem have time and time again been unmasked as horrible people, cough cough, Joe Gatto, Hawthorne's insight remains remarkably pertinent. It challenges us to confront the uncomfortable reality that no one, not even those who we might revere, is wholly good. Moreover, the ambiguous nature of Brown's experience, whether it was a dream or an actual encounter, serves to highlight the power of perception. If one assumes that his journey was merely a nightmare, as it is left ultimately ambiguous, its impact on him is no less profound. The mere belief that evil is omnipresent irrevocably alters his outlook on life. Goodman Brown, overwhelmed by the possibility that corruption could pervade every facet of his existence, retreats into a state of perpetual despair. His life, tainted by the suspicion and disillusionment born of that one fateful journey, stands as a testament to how fragile our inner equilibrium can be when our perceptions shift towards cynicism. In the modern day, this theme of perception shaping reality is more relevant than ever. In an age of constant information, where news outlets, social media algorithms, and online communities can amplify every instance of bad news or wrongdoing, there is a real danger of being consumed by a pessimistic worldview. Just as Goodman Brown's vision of pervasive sin drove him to isolation and depression, so too can our modern obsession with negativity lead towards a distorted understanding of the world. When we live in an echo chamber of bad news, we risk missing the equally significant acts of kindness, compassion, and integrity that could go unnoticed. Hawthorne's narrative thus serves as a cautionary tale about the cost of allowing one's perception of the world to become overwhelmingly negative. The tragedy of Goodman Brown lies not just in the discovery of evil per se, but in his inability to reconcile the coexistence of good and evil. His descent into a state of distrust and despair shows how an unbalanced perspective can poison one's experience of life. In a contemporary environment, this message speaks to the importance of maintaining a balanced outlook, one that acknowledges the darker aspects of human nature without allowing them to obscure the beauty and goodness that also do exist. Furthermore, young Goodman Brown invites us to reflect on the nature of moral absolutism. Brown's struggle is emblematic of the peril inherent in clinging to a rigid, idealistic view of morality. When confronted with the messy, contradictory reality of human behavior, his inability to see nuance leads him to a life of bitterness and isolation. This serves as a powerful reminder for modern readers. While it is crucial to recognize and challenge wrongdoing, it is equally important to embrace the complexity of human nature. Acknowledging that good and evil often coexist in unexpected places can foster a more empathetic, realistic view of the world. In conclusion, Hawthorne's young Goodman Brown remains a timeless meditation on the interplay between good and evil, and the profound impact that our perceptions can have on our lives. By illustrating how a single, unsettling experience can cast a lifelong shadow over one's soul, the story warns against the dangers of an unbalanced, overly pessimistic view of the world. In today's fast-paced, information-saturated society, this message is a vital reminder of the need for balance, resilience, and a willingness to see the full spectrum of human nature, even when it challenges our most cherished ideals.